great day to be a Wildcat.
You actually have to be on cocaine to be on this podcast? Cocaine. Cocaine Billy. Cocaine. Cocaine Billy.
What is up, everybody? You're listening to yet another edition, the third one for this week, which will be dropping second, not third, of the Cocaine Willie podcast. I am your commissioner, Bob Trollsby. We are the official K-State representative on the College Huddle, and I am joined by my co-host, the good Chef Andre Napier. Fireball Matt had some stuff to do tonight, so it's just going to be Chef and I today. And we are just going to chat K-State hoops, men's, women's, and otherwise. The men's team is coming off of a victory, albeit a close one, 74-65 over the Mississippi Valley State Sun Devils, the Delta Devils, mind you. And this is a team that lost by 46 points to Texas, 72 points to Missouri, and 39 points to Iowa State. Chef, what are your thoughts on this K-State men's team coming off of this very unimpressive win against the Mississippi Valley State Delta Devils?
It's tough. I mean, or just I don't know. I don't know where to start. Like, what is this team? What is this team's identity? What do we do? Like, what? I don't know. It's too early to sell that we've been sold a bad, bag of goods.
Yeah.
It's just they're not together. Players aren't playing. I don't know what the reason Doug wasn't playing.
Yeah, Doug wasn't out there tonight.
Haven't listened to the post game, but it's just another team. Let's go through. Hold on. Let's go through what their schedule was. K-State. It's just another team, and it seems like it's repetitive. Like another team that just goes bazooka from three. And
the best part about it is this is the last place team in KenPom. They are 364 out of 364. So if you're not blowing this team out by 20 or more points, this is going to negatively impact you in March.
Yeah. And I mean, they shot 19 threes, hit 8 of them, 42% from three. I mean, that's really what kept them in the game. But what is that? I mean, we shot 3 for 23 from three. This is just, it's just gross basketball. And let's go through when did we play last? We played LSU
which was a loss.
On when did we play them? Was that
on
Friday?
Thursday? It was my birthday. We lost
shout out
on my birthday.
Shout out to Baby Bob turning a young 21 again. Cam Carter went nuts against us, and they shot 33% from three, while we shot 23%. Let's go back even further. I mean, this is just bad basketball. And, I mean, you can say it's early, but other teams don't have this issue.
Not against the worst team in all of college basketball.
Right. 33% versus Cleveland State. And we shot 52%, and we only won by 13. We got out-rebounded by Cleveland State. It's a myriad of things that we just can't have a complete game. Where's the complete game at? And it's tough because it's rebound, can't finish layups. Coleman Hawkins, another dud on the court. I mean, he had 13 rebounds. He clearly the best rebounder on the floor that evening, but you're 1 of 11 from the field.
Yeah. So against LSU, we got out-rebounded 43-25.
Oh.
Against Mississippi Valley State, we did out-rebound them. So for whatever it's worth, you did have the improvement. God, I hate that this is what we're talking about right now. You did have the improvement of 45 rebounds to 28.
Yeah, but you should do that again. But you're shooting almost below 10% from the three-point line. You're almost below 30% from the field. No wonder you're getting so many rebounds. You're missing every shot.
So you beat them tonight with a 36% field goal percentage, a 13% 3-point percentage, and a 92% free throw percentage. They beat us in all three of those categories. They were 37.7% from the field, 42% from three, and 100% from the charity stripe.
I don't.
It's
just
I
I
don't know what's
where does this team improve? And this is a track record with Tang, right? This has been proven. If he doesn't have Marquise Noel, we're struggling to put away not Oakland. What was the team that drove us to the brink last year? There was a lot of them. Oral Roberts.
Are you talking 2 years ago with Noel?
No. If he doesn't have Noel,
okay,
the team that he puts on the floor is being pushed to the brink. And I mean,
North
didn't
Alabama
get pushed.
was a close game.
Yeah,
last year.
but we're not getting pushed to the brink with it. I mean, we were only up 2 at halftime, but we're not getting pushed to the brink. But these are teams that you have to skull drag. You literally have to skull drag them. You're supposed to beat them by 40.
Yeah. It's not looking good. The line on this game was 39.5 points. So they covered that pretty easily.
They covered that.
They covered a 39.5 point spread in this game.
I'm watching the game. I'm watching the game, and like some of the lineups are Onyenso, Michaela Rich, David Gasson, CJ Jones, and Brennan Hawson. Like,
what?
In what world were we supposed to be putting that lineup out there for a 10-minute stretch? Like, we have a $2 million man at power forward that is going 1 for 11. Doug McDaniels, who you said could be the best point guard in the league, and a high scorer, he doesn't play. I don't know what the reason was. Achor, who was a gem of a recruit and a win for us in the recruiting world, he's 1 of 3 from the field. No, he's 0 for 3 from the field.
Yeah. And the thing with Doug, too, it seems like there's no injury. It seems like if it was an injury, it was non-contact in the last game. But this dude was one of the few bright spots in that matchup against LSU as well.
Yeah. Who knows what's going on? I haven't listened to the post game yet.
If I had to guess, it's because he's not bought in.
That could be a reason.
Whatever that means.
He looked cheerful on the sideline. He looked motivated, but like players, and it's funny because
that's what he needs to do to get bought in.
Maybe,
or to show that he's bought in.
But look at this. For instance, at the beginning of the year when we beat our first two opponents that we beat, we needed an outstanding game from Max Jones and David Gasson and Brennan Hawson. We needed monster games from those 3 people who we were not considering to be top 3 players on this team to win those games.
Yeah. And the leading scorer tonight was Ugo.
Onyenso,
16 points. CJ Jones had 12, and Gasson had 10. Gasson still well over his average last year of 7 points a game.
Gasson looks improved.
He's got 16. He's averaging 16.3 a game, 7.7 rebound. I mean, he's getting close to like double territory.
I mean, today's hurt his rebounding for sure because he only had 5 rebounds. I mean, but I don't know, man. It's just the shooting percentage is very concerning. David Castillo is falling flat.
Yeah, which, I mean, how much do you want to rely on him anyway?
No doubt. But this is the thing with this coaching staff. We're being sold this.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
It's not like nobody's going.
It's the same thing as football. We're being told, "Oh, this might be the best DB. Jordan Riley's the best corner in the."
But they had a track. Klanderman's got a track record with safeties. He's got a track record with it.
And Coach Tang has a track record with, he's the best shooter in America.
No, he's got
the best shooter in America do tonight. He had 8 points
He's
and
got
was
a track
2 for 11.
record of saying that. He doesn't have a track record of proving that. Clanderman's proven that. He's had
Fair.
NFL safeties multiple times.
Fair.
And when he says something, he says it. And we
Although
have to take him
I
for
saw
his
Josh
word.
Hayes in the same game that you saw in the Tampa Bay Kansas City matchup.
That you can't blame that on Clanderman. Don't do that. Don't do that.
D-Hop burned that guy multiple times,
But this is what I'm saying. Like the team that what he told us, no one was going out of their way to say David Castillo was going to be like an integral part of this offense.
no.
And Jerome went out of his way to say that he's going to be pivotal, that he's that kind of guy that can play.
Yeah,
and
on Coleman's own podcast that he has with the Field of 68, he's going on there saying David Castillo, he's wise beyond his years. He's more mature than most seniors I've played with, like singing his praises on his own podcast.
I'm not even here to bash that. Like if that's what they see, that's what they see. But like
he's also freshman, so going 2 for 11 or whatever it was.
He was 2 for 8, 1 for 6 from 3. I mean, 1 assist. I don't know how many turnovers he had.
Yeah, he had more points than Coleman Hawkins tonight.
What was our turnover margin looking like? We had 10 turnovers. That's not too bad.
That's
they
not
had
bad for us.
17 turnovers.
That is not bad for us.
12 fouls. I mean, yikes. It's tough to look at, man.
It's not great. It's not great. And so this team is heading into, you've got George Washington on Friday, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Friday.
It's the Paradise Jam. We're in tournament season.
Well, George Washington, is that Paradise Jam?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So this team is off to the Paradise Jam, and they're playing George Washington. And we will see what happens in that tournament, because I do not feel confident this team is remotely ready for anything like that.
I mean, and think about it. We've got the 7th of December. We go to St. John's.
Yeah.
They will run us off the court.
That's a number 22 St. John's team playing on campus, and they are going to beat the crap out of us in a 9:30 a.m. game Mountain Time. So that's 11:30 a.m. Eastern.
The thing about it is, though, St. John's, will they be 22 because they have Baylor coming up on Thursday?
Is Baylor even good?
They're number 13 in the country. I mean, they did get
washed
by Gonzaga.
Dog walked by Gonzaga in a game against a team that Arizona State put up a better fight than Baylor did.
I mean, I'm just, they have Scott Drew. So I don't know. But
Arizona State has a Hurley brother. I don't know.
When it comes to K-State, though, it's to say it's not disappointing is even with a win. And I used to be one of those guys that coming off of last season, I'd be like, okay, we won close versus a team that we weren't supposed to be close with. But
yeah,
it's proving something. We're all these overtime wins that Tangs used to, not him, but the media used to flaunt that stat that he
still hasn't
lost in overtime. But we should not be in these games like that. This is a team that you've constructed, NIL dollars, all this noise, that we were supposed to be a good team. And now, this is not a good team.
Yeah.
This is the lowest team in Ken Palm currently. Mississippi Valley State is ass. Getting blown off the court. And we're almost losing to them at halftime.
It's pretty hard to watch. It's bad. It's really, really bad. Again, this is a team that Mizzou beat by 72 points. And that's not even, we don't think that's going to be a good Missouri team, do we? Is it?
I don't know anything about Missouri.
It's going to be hard to tell. I mean, Dennis Gates had a bad year last year. I think they went 0 in SEC play until March. They were that bad. So I don't know. Pivoting to the women's side, that is a very, very bright spot in a very, very dark sea of cloudy, foggy water right now between K-State football and K-State men's basketball. The women's team is 4-0. They're 10th in the country. They are coming off of wins against a very good Creighton team, 86-68. They are playing Milwaukee on tonight, as you're listening to this, if we drop this Wednesday tonight at 5:30 p.m. Mountain, 6:30 Central, 7:30 Eastern, and they've got a big matchup against Duke. That might be an underrated look ahead matchup there. They're playing Duke on Monday at 1 p.m. Monday the 25th. That's a really weird time to play a women's basketball game. It's on Monday during a work week, but Thanksgiving week, I don't know, feast week. What are we thinking about the women's team?
I really enjoy this women's team. I mean, talk about a balanced team that can shoot it from everywhere, has two dominant inside post presence, and they're not even having to put a lot of wear and tear on their bodies. They're very deep, young, and athletic and long. I mean, we're talking about a team that, Sundell should be the star of all stars on a basketball team, and she's kind of like taking a third place role on this team. Ioka Lee, Poindexter, a very bright spot for me and for this team. Very good player.
Yoki's backup, Kennedy Taylor, is so we mentioned this on the last pod or the next pod, whichever. I don't know. It's late. It's a Tuesday. I don't know. Ayoka Lee and Kennedy Taylor are the only two. I think they're the only two women's basketball players so far this season that are averaging under 15 minutes per game and have multiple double-doubles on the season so far through 4 games, which is crazy. That's her backup.
It's a deep team.
Yoki's averaging 13 minutes a game, and she put up 29 against Creighton.
This is kind of what you expected, though. This is the momentum that they drove off of last year. That was a disappointing end in the NCAA tournament, but the team returned, added some really pivotal pieces.
Very good pieces.
And they haven't looked back. You can tell the cohesion of this team. It's not a jumbled up mess of transfer portal players just thrown together and say, hey, roll the ball up there and hopefully we win every game.
Yeah.
This is a very strong team. It's got good coaching. As much as crap as we want to give Jeff Mitty for, his falling flat, this team has not come out flat. And that, like you said, that Duke game is, it's out there in the distance, but it's not too far away. We just have, if we could take care of that game, that is going to be huge, a huge feather in the cap. Right now, they don't see us as a favorite though on ESPN's, whatever FPI or whatever.
FPI.
Yeah, they got us at about like a 35% chance of winning that game. But when you've got dogs like we do, they lost to. I mean, that Duke team lost to Maryland.
Yeah. And that's going to be in Vegas at the Lee's Family Forum. It's going to be on Flow Sports, so nobody's going to be able to watch it.
Shout out to the Twitch streamers.
It's in the Ball Dogs Classic. Yeah. If there's a Big House Greg that's listening to this or watching this, hey,
we're not going to out you. We're not going to out you.
Let's get something going. Post it on Blue Sky. I see you on Blue Sky, Greg. You followed me today. That's a number 14 Duke team. I know a lot of people were saying that, the Creighton game is going to be a good matchup. It's going to be an important one. Creighton is kind of replacing Iowa a little bit on the schedule for us. Last year, we had both Iowa and North Carolina, who was a top 25 team at the time. So I think, honestly, it kind of sets up similar to last year in a lot of ways. You also have A&M on the road. You're playing a road game at A&M. Yeah. I don't know how good they are or how good they're going to be, but
they're 3-2 right now. We should handle them.
So take care of business against them, but because they have a lot of. I mean, if you go undefeated in non-conference for this women's team, like you are setting up very, very nicely. Heading into you got a home game against Cincinnati on the 22nd of December. Seems like that. That
A&M team lost to West Virginia by 21. And, we kind of had West Virginia's number. I mean, West Virginia is a good team this year. They're 13 in the country.
I am looking ahead to two matchups.
The Big 12 is nuts.
And I mean, honestly, it's not even nearly as nuts as it has maybe seemed like in years in the past. Like Baylor,
They're 18 in the country.
Iowa State, TCU, K-State.
And KU's usually a pretty good team. I don't know where they're at right now.
Yeah, they were salty last year. They've got that chick from Kansas that's pretty good. In-state girl. Iowa State, that's one of the matchups I have circled for this season for the women's team. Just seeing Yoki going up against what's her face from Iowa State.
She's dominant. She is so dominant.
Oh God, I need to give her the respect she deserves.
Absolutely.
What's her name?
You
know exactly who I'm talking.
I know who.
Audie Crooks. Yeah, Yoki and Slack.
That's a matchup.
That is a matchup. Audie Crooks, like that's going to be amazing. And then the Colorado rematch. That's going to be in. It's going to be in Boulder. I'm going to be skiing that weekend, so I won't be able to go to the game, and I'm a little bummed about that because I was planning on going.
It is in Boulder. Yeah,
it's going to be in Boulder at 1:00 Mountain Time for those who are going to be local for that one.
Girl? Is that girl? Is their big girl still there?
What was her name?
She was a load. She was an absolute unit. She was really good at basketball.
Kendall Wetta?
But I don't see her on the roster anymore.
No. Kendall Wetta's got the most assists and steals. She looks like
she's the guard, but is it? No, it's not JoJo Nwari.
Jade Masagayo, no.
No, she's not on the roster, but they do have a 6'5" center on their team.
They did.
No, she's JoJo Nwari. She seems pretty tough.
She's not on the roster. She's not
JoJo Nwari? What
do
you mean? I'm looking. Is this an old roster? It must be. Let's look at the stats from this game right now. Box score. Yeah, she's not. I don't see her on the roster.
She ain't there anymore.
She gone.
She gone. Maybe she's redshirting. I don't know. That's weird.
I don't know.
She's on the 24-25 roster, just not on ESPN. I don't know. That's weird. Maybe she's hurt.
I'm gonna look it up.
Not sure.
Filibuster.
Anyway, I think that's all we have for tonight. We were just gonna kind of do a quick recap on some of the basketball news and stuff that we've seen. A lot of not very good stuff from the men's team, and a lot of very, very good stuff from the women's team. So, box score reading and all that stuff is very fun. So I enjoy doing that, and I'm happy to talk about it with my homie Chef.
Let's do it, baby.
All right, we're gonna get out of here. Shout out again to our sponsor, Anime's Parlor, best bar in Aggieville. And we'll just go ahead and leave it at that. If you're on social media, follow us, Cocaine Willie, on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, Blue Sky, YouTube, Spotify, Apple, wherever you can find any of those things. And follow the College Huddle. We are the proud K-State representative on the College Huddle. They are thecollegehuddle.com and at College Huddle on all of the other social medias. I'm just going to leave it at that. Chef.
JoJo Nwari plays for Texas Tech. Cocaine's a hell of a drug, baby.
We are all coke and no joke. Wildcat Country. Let's ride.